Good morning, everybody. Well, I guess I technically post this in the afternoon, but good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to the 9 to 5 shred. So today's video is all about if you work a 9 to 5, how can you still get shredded, fit in all your meals, hit your protein, your macros, your calories, all that good stuff. So we're starting off the day a little bit after 6 a.m. and my goal is essentially be at my desk from 9 to probably around, I don't know, or probably closer to 8, because I know a lot of people like 9 to 5, really typically 8 to 5. So be back at my desk by 8. Work from 8 to noon, maybe take a half-hour lunch break so I can eat and get some more steps in, and of course clock out around 5 or 5:30. But my goal is to show you exactly what I personally would do when I used to work a 9 to 5, as well as if you work a 9 to 5, right? A lot of my clients I work with do work 9 to 5s, and they don't necessarily have the luxury of working at home with a standing desk and a walking pad and all that kind of stuff. So, and if you do want a more personalized approach, definitely click below and get in touch with me. But today's gonna be a 9 to 5 shred. We're gonna go for a walk outside to start a little bit after 6 a.m. The goal is to be back at my desk with my protein shake by 8. Let's get to it. Just got back from the walk. Now it's time to whip up our protein shake. So we got, let's see, looks like 4,300 steps. I didn't time it exactly. My guess is probably around 45 to 50 minutes, something like that. Ended up being a super nice day, or a little bit warmer, I should say. It's been kind of cold here. So it was warm enough where all I had was a sweatshirt, sweatpants. I felt really good. Nice long walk, getting outside, seeing some sun to start the day. Next, we're gonna go ahead and take our supplements. So we've got, I already took these, but we got a multivitamin, fish oil, and an allergy med. So we got those going down. And then, like I said, we are a protein shake. So our protein shake is just 4 simple ingredients. We've got some protein powder. So we're going with the 100% grass-fed whey protein. We're going 2 scoops of protein powder. We're going with some almond milk. This is just unsweetened vanilla, 30 calories. There's like a ton of varieties, but almond breeze is I feel like the one I always grab. And then we got a little bit of peanut butter. So we're going with 10 grams, just a little bit goes a long way. You could obviously add more peanut butter, but on the cut, I wanna save calories, so we're gonna have less peanut butter, just enough to get that flavor and taste in there. And we're going with 1 frozen banana. So we got some frozen bananas here. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, also, I take my creatine at the same time. I do not actually take this with the protein powder or with a protein shake. It's just, I have a protein shake every day. It's a good reminder to just like add basically the creatine onto that habit I already have. So taking both of those, this will just be a dry scoop, no reason aside from convenience, and we'll go ahead and whip that protein shake together. And just like that, we have our protein shake made. Super simple breakfast, easy on the go. I'll throw the macros somewhere over here so you can see the calories, protein, carbs, fats, all that good stuff. And then we have, let's see, so it is currently 7:55, so right on time. We got 5 minutes to head to the desk, and I'll check with you guys throughout the day. Like I said, I will not use my standing desk or walking pad. My goal is to mimic basically like a non-standing desk walking pad office environment. But I will say one thing that a lot of my clients use, I think is an absolute cheat code, is walk meetings, or if you can walk on conference calls, right? So I have a couple clients that actually do walk meetings. Like, so instead of like taking a meeting in someone's office, they'll just go for a walk, whether it be like around the business park or around a street or downtown, wherever it is. So doing meetings and get some steps in. Like, hey, can we just go for a walk instead of like sit at a desk? Or if you're in a conference call that's a little bit bigger, maybe you just have to listen in, you don't have to be on Zoom, take that on the go, right? Go for a walk, get outside, get some fresh air. But yeah, 8 o'clock, I'll probably check with you guys around, I don't know, if something happens between 8 and noon, I'll check with you guys then. Otherwise, I'll probably check in around noon, my quote unquote lunchtime, and I'll show you that process as well. Cheers. One last quick thing, just so you guys can keep track of my steps. We are at, I think it's at 4,379 steps. So that's kind of the morning steps, and we'll go ahead and add those up and hopefully get to 12,000 by the end of the day. And now it's time for lunch. It is a little bit after 12:30, 12:35 specifically, and we're making some taco bowls. The biggest thing here is to meal prep your meat. This is, I think this is gonna be, I don't know, what is 8, 16, 24 ounces. So I'd cook up 2 pounds of ground beef, sometimes 3, and have that in a container. So all I need to do is portion this out, heat this up with the beans, add a little bit of cheese on top, lettuce, salsa, and boom, I have a taco bowl. Also be having some fruit. But I will say the one thing you do need, I'm gonna put this down, pull out the rest of the stuff, is you do need a way to refrigerate your food. So that is the one, I guess, thing. But if you're going to office, right, typically like this video is about a 9 to 5, we go into an office setting, you're gonna have a place to store your food that can be cold, as well as a way to heat it up with a microwave. So I guess the one thing, if you are on a job site or traveling, you might need to get like a nice either thermal container to keep things warm, or a more, like I said, like a high-end lunchbox to keep things cold. It really just depends. There are also meal prep videos that I have on my channel that are no reheat meal preps, things like pasta salads and sandwiches, things like that. But today we do have access to a fridge, or I'm imagining in an office, I have access to a fridge as well as a microwave. That's gonna be heating up, and then of course having some fruit on the side. But I'm gonna go ahead and put everything together, show you guys the final product, we'll go over the macros too. And here is our 9 to 5 lunch, or I guess like our work lunch, work from home lunch, whatever you want to call it. We got our taco bowl over here, as well as 250 grams of blueberries and 1 kiwi. This meal comes out to be 656 calories. It is 55 grams of carbs, 14 grams of fat, and 63 grams of protein. Great, easy meal. I love this meal. I think taco bowls or tacos or any sort of like protein bowl in one form or another is amazing. You can also go to restaurants too, right? Chipotle, Cava, Bibimbap, all those kind of places. Just be careful because they tend to overserve carbs and to underserve protein. That is the name of the game with businesses, corporations like that. All their margins are on the carbs, right? They're not making very much money on the protein sources, right? That's the most expensive thing for them to sell. So they therefore make most of their money off the carbs. That's why they overserve carbs, underserve protein. So kind of when you go in to a situation like that, just knowing that as far as asking for or getting double chicken, obviously want to have as much protein as you can, but typically those bowls can run you as far as like, I've seen bowls loaded with like sour cream and everything else, upwards of probably 1,000 calories. So you have to be careful with what you select and the portion sizes that they give you, but you can still do your best to estimate. I don't think you need to bring like a food scale. Obviously the best way to do it is cook at home, meal prep at home, and have those set for the week. So I'm gonna eat this. We're also gonna go back outside. It is 73 degrees. I love that. It's been cold in like the 30s and 40s for so long. So we're gonna finish this and then do probably just like 20-minute walk outside, right? 10 minutes to eat, 20-minute walk outside, back at my desk around 1 o'clock. So that'll be the goal. I know it's like, looks like 12:48 right now, but it's a matter of kind of looking things up, tracking calories, things like that I would not normally do unless I was filming this video. So we're gonna eat this, go outside, go for a nice little walk, back to the desk for the rest of the afternoon. It's a little bit after 4 and we're gonna have a kind of midday pre-workout, but in this case a pre-run. I'm not actually gonna be training today, but if I was training, it'd be a pre-workout snack. We got 2 chocolate rice cakes there. Each one of those has 10 grams of peanut butter and then a banana cut up on top. I'll throw the macros somewhere on the screen over here, but this is something that I would actually have before my workout, right? So if we're gonna do a long walk in the morning, obviously you could still work out in the morning if you wanted to. Like by all means, feel free to make this up. However, I'm just kind of showing you like what I've done in the past when I used to work a 9 to 5 or 8 to 5, what I would do going into the future if I did. Obviously you can still work out in the morning. I prefer to just get a lot of steps in the morning and work out in the afternoon. But you can obviously work out in the morning and get a lot of steps in the afternoon. That's completely up to you, but we do have 4:40 right now. It's about 20 minutes left until the quote unquote like clock out time, although I'll probably go till 5:30 and then log off and eventually log back on. But regardless, just based on the schedule we have, we're gonna have these rice cakes. I think I'm on like my 5th bottle of water, so staying very well hydrated today, which is great. And of course, I wanted to go for a run, and also just like a storm came out of nowhere. It's not currently raining right now. Hopefully I can sneak in like maybe just a quick like even like 20-minute 2-mile run. That was gonna be my plan. Worst case, I will break out the walking pad and treat it like I'm going to the gym and hopping on the treadmill. But hopefully I can sneak out for a quick maybe just like 2-mile jog, and then when Katie gets home, relax, hang out with her, things like that. But yeah, for now, rice cakes, peanut butter, best snack in the world. Please try it if you haven't already. I'll see you guys at the final meal. And the rain has not stopped, so we're not gonna go run the rain. As much as I do wanna get better at running, I wanna try to do it at least once or twice a week. To me, it's not worth it to go out in the rain when I'm gonna go ahead and just use my walking pad. I know I said I wasn't gonna use that, but I technically didn't use it all during the workday, and now it's after work. I'm gonna act like it's a treadmill of some sort, whether it be like, I don't know, you have one at your house, your apartment, or wherever you are, there's some sort of access to a treadmill of some sort if you have to go to the gym. And I'm actually gonna double down and actually do a little bit more work. So instead of just like watching TV, I'm just gonna do some more work so I can get a little bit more ahead until Katie gets home. But yeah, we're gonna break out the walking pad, standing desk combo. I've not used it at all today though, and I'm already at 7,000 steps. So between my morning walk, my walk after lunch, and then just miscellaneous steps like walking to the kitchen and back, little things like that, I'm already at 7,000, which is great, a really big head start. And of course, if I went to the gym to work out, I'd do a little bit of a warm up and a cool down walk and hit my 10,000 steps, no problem. But instead, we're gonna go ahead, hop on the walking pad. And please, if you do have the availability, right, this whole video, I said I'm not going to use it because a lot of people don't have it. But if you do have the availability to get a standing desk walking pad combination, or at work, they even have like not even the full standing desk, but like these little things you can put on a stationary desk to raise your desktop and then add a walking pad underneath. If you have the opportunity to do that, please, 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 for the love of God, get it. It is a game changer. It allows so much flexibility to get more steps in throughout the day. There's always times where answering emails or doing some research or whatever it might be, right? You can do it on the walking pad and get so many steps in. Like, it makes my 12,000 to 15,000 step goal an absolute breeze, and I'm still sitting probably like at least the vast majority of the time, and then that thing just comes in handy. So please, please, please get one, invest in one if you can. Of course, today we did everything without it, up to 7,000 steps, and now we're gonna finish it off like we were at the gym or a treadmill. Of course, like I said, I would go outside, but just not worth running the rain for me right now. But we'll go ahead and do that, and I'll see you guys at dinner. Little after 6 now, and it's time for dinner. 6:02, 6:03 to be exact. We did hit our 12,000 step goal walk on the treadmill. Now we're gonna make our final meal of the day, which is gonna be kind of like a breakfast for dinner. So this is the one meal I do make fresh every day, just because I wanna honestly have fresh eggs. I don't love the idea of like cooking scrambled eggs and like saving those, although you could. I've done in the past, made some omelets, or not some omelets, some breakfast casseroles, which I might actually go back to after that cuts over. But for now, we're gonna go with 1 serving of egg whites. You can see right there, about 50 grams is what I measure out, but 46 is the technical number. We're having 3 whole eggs, 2 of these breakfast sausage patties. These are from Trader Joe's, phenomenal. I always stock up on like, honestly, 5 or 6 bags when I go. We also have some other things already meal prepped, right? So we've got some red onion in there already chopped up, bell pepper already chopped up, so those are ready for the week. And all I have to do is essentially scramble some eggs, throw everything on the pan over here, saute the vegetables, and then, yeah, add the eggs in, and then boom, we have an omelet. Also be adding a sumo orange right there, so be adding one of those. But I'll go ahead, whip everything together, and I'll show you guys the final product once it's done. Sorry, I actually lied to you guys earlier. I do have one more thing that I do put on the omelet. It's a little bit of cheese. So it's 1 serving of low-fat Mexican-style cheese, 80 calories. So this meal, and as far as the actual onions, I think onions, I estimate like maybe 10 grams. Like, I don't go very heavy on onions at all. Bell peppers, probably close to about 100 grams of bell peppers. 1 cup of spinach, but it does get wilted down a lot in just a little bit. Sumo orange. I do measure out 5 grams of butter. So actually, once I have the vegetables cooked, I'll actually remove those, put a little bit of butter down, and then have the eggs, well, egg and egg white combo. This meal comes out to be 600, oh, and the sausage patties, I forgot 2 of those. This meal comes out to be 613 calories. It is 22 grams of carbs, 37 grams of fat, and then 46, not 56, 46 grams of protein. That brings my day total to, let's see, I feel like I'm missing something. Meal 2, oh, meal 3, duh, the protein shake from this morning. Okay, which I did throw up on the screen for you guys. So that brings my day total to 2,018 calories, 2018, 179 grams of carbs, 69 grams of fat, and 177 grams of protein. If you guys have been watching the channel for a while, you know I've been eating pretty much the exact same 4 meals for a little while now, about the last 4 weeks or so during this fat loss phase. And I honestly love it. I have some flexibility for on the weekends. I have a little bit room to adapt, but during the week, I like a simple routine that's structured around my goals that I enjoy and moves me in the right direction, right? So biggest thing here is if you guys do want a little bit of help creating your own structured program, let me know, click down below and we'll get in touch. The biggest thing here is I just enjoy what I'm eating. I am a little bit hungry at times, normally around mealtime, like right now I am hungry. That's just part of the fat loss phase, right? Being in a calorie deficit, you're gonna have a little bit of hunger. I try my best to minimize that as much as possible with fruits, vegetables, lean proteins. But yeah, that's gonna be a wrap. Like I said, it's 6:24 at the moment. It is 12,200 steps right now. Katie's actually at the gym. She went to the gym after work today, so I'm eating alone. Normally we eat dinner together and just kind of hang out. So I'm gonna eat this, probably do a little more work until she gets home and just relax. I think she might be studying, so I might just be reading, maybe watching some TV, just chilling. But all my goals have been hit, so at this point we just need to basically rest up, recover, unwind, and get ready for bed. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Peace.